The receptionist smiled at me, the way people smile at strangers who don't belong. "Name?" she asked, fingers hovering over the seating chart. I told her. She frowned, scrolled, then pointed down the hallway. "Table 12, near the bathrooms." The smell of disinfectant mixed with roasted turkey as I walked past linen-draped tables and low laughter. At the center of the room sat the head table, my son, his wife, her parents. Crystal glasses, gold name cards. Applause followed them like trained dogs. My place card waited for me at the end of a narrow table. Guest. No last name, no title, just a placeholder. I sat. I folded the napkin on my lap like it mattered. That was when my phone vibrated. A text from my lawyer. "I've pulled the documents you asked for. Call me when you're ready." Across the room, my son raised his glass. He didn't look at me. Not once. I watched him thank the people who believed in him from day one. I swallowed. $340,000 doesn't make a sound when it disappears, but betrayal does. It hums in your ears, low, relentless. He used to call me every Sunday. Advice, strategy, fear disguised as confidence. Then the call slowed, then stopped. He said he was busy building the firm. I told myself that was success. When I asked why my name wasn't on the donor wall at his office, he laughed. "You were supposed to help me," he said. "That wasn't an investment. Supposed to. Like obligation. Like blood." At Thanksgiving, his in-laws praised his discipline, his self-made brilliance. His wife squeezed his hand as if she'd watched him climb alone. I remembered the wire transfers, the signed guarantees, the nights I stayed awake reviewing contracts so he wouldn't get eaten alive. I watched him become someone else, not ungrateful, strategic. I noticed the way his father-in-law leaned in when money came up, the way my son deferred, the way decisions had already been made without me. It wasn't just disrespect, it was erasure, and erasure is deliberate. I didn't confront him. I observed. I pulled the firm's filings, quietly. New partners, silent amendments, my loans reclassified as family assistance, a gift. I requested copies of emails, ones he'd CC'd me on years ago. They were gone from his server. Selective deletion leaves fingerprints. I watched how his wife avoided my eyes, how her mother smiled too quickly. At home, I listened to old voicemails, promises, gratitude, dependence. Then I ordered an audit. Legal, clean, invisible. I traced the money. $340,000 didn't build his firm. It leveraged it. Collateral for a private loan from his father-in-law's trust. My money had been used to make me irrelevant. At night, I lay awake rehearsing nothing. Silence is sharper when you prepare it. The audit arrived 3 days after Thanksgiving. I read it once, then again. My son had signed a clause voiding familial claims in exchange for equity transfer. His wife was listed as beneficiary, her parents as silent partners. He'd protected everyone, except me. I invited him to lunch, same restaurant where we'd celebrated his first client. I slid the folder across the table. "Do you recognize this?" I asked. His face drained in increments. Shock, calculation, fear. "I can explain," he said. I nodded. I already understood. "I never wanted your money," he said. "You just gave it." I smiled then, softly. "I know," I said. "That's why I structured it the way I did." I told him about the lien, the clause he never read, the reversion trigger tied to misrepresentation. His firm wasn't his, not anymore. By dinner, my lawyer would file. By morning, the partners would know. By Monday, his in-laws would learn what trusting him had cost. I stood. He reached for my sleeve. I stepped back. "I was supposed to help you," I said. I did. I didn't attend Christmas or court. I signed remotely, detached, precise. They'll say I ruined him, that I couldn't let go. They won't mention the bathroom table, or the name card, or the word guest. I keep that card now, on my desk, a reminder that blood doesn't make family, Respect does, and I never sit where I'm not wanted again.